silly. We are the gift. One free ride with me or my brother.
Or perhaps you have greater ambitions yet. Ah, a person of taste indeed. Come hither. We have a room upstairs. There is nothing I haven't done, and nothing I won't do. Clients usually choose me over my sister when they're looking for a man of extremes. You will learn things you wish you could unlearn. And the lessons will be pure tactile sensation. No sight, only whispers, sighs, and touch. So, tell me. Do you want some role play, an unusual sensation, or perhaps my legendary Menzo-Baranzan love trick?
He brings over a small chest and opens it on top of you. There are gentle pricks all over your body as an unknown writhing takes over.
Time to explore your Underdark.
The night presses on as you take all of him within you.
So, tell me, do you want some role play, an unusual sensation, or perhaps my legendary Let's just say, it's not only Dwergar who can enlarge themselves. Incrementum incredibile. I will excavate the very depths of your Underdark.
As the night dances on, he ravages you.
give me a moment, for pity's sake. You've exhausted me already. It has a unique magic of its own. Even if the city falls into ruin, the caress will live on as a memory and a dream.
Much more than your fate and mine rests on it.
Even if...
Librarian does this thing with a weird way on all fours and... It's such a prude.
Birthday boy's just numbers, but don't worry. Everyone at Chares's caress is a professional.
Chares's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. There's dancing, dinner, drinks.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state of mind.
Doesn't make any sense.
It will when you've met the drought.
Oh, Father, give me strength. Do you two have rocks for brains? What were you thinking?
Here. You haven't even got inside yet.
I am not going inside.
Brothel, pleasure house, den of decadent delights.
Mate, it's your birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
The librarian does this thing with her weird way on all fours and... It's such a prude.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone at Chares's caress is a professional.
God, you're beautiful.
Orin be damned. Her bloody fingerprints are all over this city. Make space, and my might is well chosen.
still alive, so that's progress.
Shapeshifters in the Harpers. My dad always admired their mission. Said they gave up their entire lives so we could live safely and asked for nothing in return. We'll rout them, right? For the city and for Dad.
God, you're beautiful.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Even the venerable Harpers are compromised by the Absolute's poison. A grim turn of events, but one we must take in our stride.
The Harpers have been compromised. A balancing power now unbalanced. Jahira's support has been invaluable. We should return it in kind. Mind flayers are like devils. They just sport tentacles rather than wings. Clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he's a friend. I think we'd be fools to believe him. And maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied with a mind flayer and subjected the city to their political will. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Nonsense. Stelmane was no less worthy of life or success because she was disabled. Her death is no blessing. It is a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough space. I like how you...
Blade at the ready.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Brothel, pleasure house, den of decadent delights.
Prince's closest sword.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes, give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael, for the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
I gave you back your privacy by shutting that illithid in your pocket out of your mind. It can't hear us. Oh, come. It's the reason you're in this predicament. And I'm your only way out of it. Indulge me, and at least hear me out. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far. But no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. In a manner of speaking. But it's the one inside the prison that you need, not the illithid, the Gith. I can give you the means to break him free.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now. Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return. Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. Happy meeting. And Karsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Karsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me. The Hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control.
How can I help? be delighted. Though, someone else will need back in the thick. Ready and willing.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Hand it over. Much more than your fate and mine rests on it.
Even if you had it, what in the nine hells would you do with it? Think.
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it, in truth. And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light. The Elder Brain. But, more importantly, the Netherese. Most... I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but... that crown sits on a god. We need to learn, as luck would have it. We'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book... Ha! Sorcerers! Their collection. You'll have to forgive...
You must...
There is a...
The Kithra.
You must...
Hush. No. And unlike...
Lae'zel, whatever you
I'm glad... One more...
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear.
I gave you back your privacy by shutting that illithid in your... Oh, calm. It's the reason. I'll admit. But no matter how... At best, you have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. In a manner of speak, I...
Speak, devil. We're listening.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return. You really do think highly of yourself. My sights are set on something much more valuable than your soul. Succulent though it would be. I want the crown that dominates. And you, lazy...
I want nothing.
Then it is settled.
Handing that crown to this devil will be like feeding gunpowder to a lava worm. Agree to nothing.
Better to have it in my hands, and far from your precious world, than in the hands of the gods and monsters that fight over this city's soul. Power, ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams. Oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting. And Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Carsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me. I am no mortal, and I do not fail. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited. Ever watching for more than 1,000 years. For a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play. Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's steel and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
Mate, it's your birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
The librarian doesn't.
The means to loosing the Prince of the Comet was within our grasp, and you refused it. Why? I wanted to follow the open valley, the easy way out. You chose the brambled path. I'm annoyed by it, and I admire you for it. We must speak with Voss. Then we find our way to Raphael's House of Hope. We'll take the Orphic Hammer and use it to smash the True Heir's bonds. Yisk Githkar Tafki Crashet. The Githyanki will be free.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts. I can understand that. There's reprieve in solitude. But it's concerning that something could intervene like that, especially when we are so close to the Elder Brain. Do you have any idea what it was? Then the situation is worse than I thought. If it read your thoughts, it knows exactly what your intentions are, and it is already plotting countermoves to stop you. We must press on. I will bolster your mental defenses. Let us hope that allows us to regain some of our lost advantage before it finds you.
So, the devil himself is pursuing the crown. As for whether it's truly the crown Carter's forged, well, I think it's safe to assume we shouldn't take anything Raphael utters at face value. We must claim the crown of Carsus for ourselves, before anyone else does.
Any sense? You will when you've met the drow. Lovely paintings. Looking for a loving Father, give me strength. You two have rocks for brains. What were you thinking? Here. I'm not going inside.
Brothel? Pleasure house? Den of decadent delights?
Voss, friend to the Comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir. I did not come this far for you to turn your back on the First Mother's son.
Githkar Tavkim crashed. You put your trust in me, Voss. I plan to honor it.
Yes, and it seems I have no choice but to trust. There is but one prism, and you are its key. Find a way to retrieve the hammer and free Orpheus from the prism. I will assemble his remaining honor guard and plan our next actions. Together, we will yet free the true heir of Gith's blessed empire. He will free us from Vlaakith and lead our Kithraki against the Geich. Istik, I will wait in the underground. Seek me when you have the hammer in hand. The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you. A devil of Raphael's stature does not simply make camp on the shores of the Styx. He will have made a sanctuary for himself, a lavish one too, one that caters to his many vices.
The House of Hope. We must find a way in.
The House of Hope, you say? I couldn't ask for a name more fitting. Every house has an entrance, Istik, even those in the Hells. You must find it.
You are wasting your time, and mine. Our true enemy is the Elder Brain. Focus your mind there.
Hey! You paid Raphael a visit. Caress's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. There's dancing, dinner, drinks.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state of mind. It doesn't make any sense. It will when you've met the drow.
What does it feel like?
In a word, sir.
Actually, Gortash invented the steel watch.
No, he merely offered patronage. The Gondians built the steel watch.
We serve Lord Gortash and the city of Baldur's Gate.
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's closed for the day. Might be. You don't look the posh sort. Last door on the right. Go on. Make merry. Lower the gates! Special permission!
Gosh, you're beautiful.
Naughty, naughty, naughty little master. You have disobeyed your father's wishes one time too many. For she who fights with monsters should look to it that she herself becomes a monster. When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you. Another will embrace what you have rejected, and that other will be your death. But your father loves you dearly. You may hurt yourself yet. Slaughter your line. Become the last of your name. Lord Baal shall have but one chosen.
Memories flood back, snatches of your story written in the blood of 1,000 victims. Years spent in worship of Baal, leading his savage congregation in prayer, sacrifice, and slaughter. You were their master, and he was yours. A cruel master, a dread lord, a devoted father. All is as you feared. You are a spawn of Baal, his heir, his scion. By eradicating your siblings, you are not the last of your name. Not yet. There is another. The abomination wrapped in flesh you saw in the colony. Orin, it's time for a family reunion. But be wary of your confessors. Will friend turn to foe, knowing what you are?
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
Greetings, old friend. Orin told me you were on your way here, but I scarcely believed it. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate. Welcome home. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
From Gortash. We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
Tell me, Gale, what is your interest in the astral plane?
Time.
Hey, soldier. You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full. Excellent. Let's go. Wanna dance?
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Always good to talk, my friend. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space. I like how you... Always good to talk, my friend. Hells. It explains so much. Listen to me. I knew another like you. Gorion's ward. One of Baldur's Gate's great heroes. Baal's blood ran through their veins too. They burned away their own darkness with their own inner light. They chose courage. They chose honor. And so can you.
The urges are calling on you again, aren't they? I haven't seen you sleep through the night once in the past days. Well, it certainly sheds some light on the sleepless night you spent tied up trying to slit my throat. Bloody hells. A Baalspawn. Probably more Baldurian parents scare their children with stories of your kind than mine. I thought your kind was extinct. Goes to show, you should always check your facts. So, how are you feeling? Keen to reconnect with your family? Or ready to throw yourself in an oubliette? You know, I didn't realize you and I were so alike. I felt paralyzed to do anything about Cazador for so many decades. I gave up on myself. I gave up on any hope of escape after a few lashes. Bal controls you in much the same way. I don't know how you could beat him, but I do know this. You must try. The half-life of a mind-addled slave is worse than death. Don't become his. I wouldn't live another century as one for all the moonstones in Everesca.
Are you? Well, you have a rather vacant, tadpole finally ate my brain look about you. You're the boss.
Hey, soldier. That's a heavy weight. I know you can carry it, but it's heavy all the same. You are so much more than your parents. You're more than the affliction that wants to consume you. You are my friend. And you get to choose your destiny. Choose well, all right? Please.
I expected Baldur's Gate to be insipid, stale, wholly without merit. But it's got a vicious bite to it. Delightful. I'm not surprised. You've become death incarnate. Mighty, yes. And altogether unpredictable and intractable. One day, perhaps soon, Bal will demand your fealty. You'll either muster the strength to defy him, or you will succumb. I know how I'd choose. Voss has done his duty. Now, we will do ours. We must find our way to the House of Hope and take the Orphic Hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use the hammer to break Orpheus free.
What's on your mind? A Baal spawn? Gosh. I know what it is to have a closer connection than most with the gods. But with Baal, it's not a bond I'd like to be bound with. You should be careful. Very, very careful.
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
I suppose that makes you quite remarkable. Though not in a way I'd envy, perhaps. From what little I can recall hearing of Baal's mortal children, not all succumb to his influence. Perhaps you can still resist your nature, if you want to.
The city fell under Gortash's charms without him casting nary a spell.
Well, most people are idiots, Will. You can lure them into a dragon's maw if you promise a bag of sweets.
The people aren't stupid, Astarion. They're scared. Gortash provoked a damned war and then promised them safety.
Safety, sweets, it's the same principle.
I don't know, dear. I don't know. All we can do is
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the chamber.
Are they going to us? What if they throw us in jail?
Let's rehearse this one more time. Calm down.
Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector.
I can't really glaze that pizza.
Lord
He wasn't even
Gortash
hurt.
is expecting you.
because it...
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
In trouble.
We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time. I spoke to a witness.
You've been saying that for ages.
Lord
We're still here.
Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience
I don't know,
chamber.
dear. I don't know. All we can do is be patient. Better.
Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gortash is to the audience chamber.
What? Oh, what are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others. I'm no thief. I was going to pay it back. Eventually. I needed the gold. Are you blackmailing me? Of course you are. I can't believe they expect me to die protecting lowlifes like you. My stash is up on the roof. Just take it. I'll find another way to get the gold. It's over, all right? Finished. Now get out. This is a restricted area.